Welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Devecioglu, your host. I'm welcoming you, episode 130. We are in season 5 in the American Business Podcast. Today's number, 2.5%. US economic growth in 2026 is forecasted as 2.5% GDP. And quote of the day, as you know, we have a great partnership with missionstatements.com. And here is the quote of the day. There is only one success: to be able to spend your life in your own way. Great. We have a special guest today in the American Business Podcast. I'm going to invite our guest to our virtual stage and I'll get the conversation started. I've been excited for this interview and here we go. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the podcast.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Well, good morning to you. Good afternoon to us. Well, tell us, please, where you are connecting from.
From Canberra in Australia. So it's reasonably early morning for us, around 8:30.
Okay. Well, this is great. We are the American Business Podcast, but we love international professionals and we love to learn from them in terms of professional insights and professional wisdom. So I welcome you to the American Business Podcast. Very nice meeting you in this episode, 130th episode. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course, pleasure is all mine. Well, let's talk about 2025 as a start. How was 2025 for you? Any reflections on the previous year and any expectations, predictions for 2026?
Yeah, 2025 was a pretty tough year for us because of what we do and work with government, principally in Australia and the US. We found it a difficult year because of changes in government and government approach to what we do and the things that we provide to government. But for 2026, things are looking quite positive for us because with new government comes new ideas and new approaches. And as you know, in the US, you've had some significant policy changes around how government engages with technology companies and particularly addresses the innovation gap.
Yes, hopefully it's going to be a great year. That is our hope and wish. Okay, well, let's dive deeper. Would you please introduce yourself and your organization to our viewers and to our audience?
Yeah, so my name is Jeff Penrose. I'm one of two co-founders of Early Birds. The other co-founder is Chris Poirier. I've had basically two careers in my working life. Well, one was in government, and this other half of my career has been working in the global private sector in technology in many countries across the world. Chris and I co-founded Early Birds over 6 years ago to bridge what we saw as a gap in the market to connect innovative companies, startup, scale-up and mature companies with early adopters. And that's the 13% of organisations and people that understand the importance of being innovative. So if you're familiar with the diffusion of technology theory, we leverage that quite a bit to understand what we'd be up against when launching our company.
Well, also you're an author, published author. Can you tell us about your book a little bit?
Yeah, sure. The book, our book is all about recording our experiences of the last 6 years that we've had and the challenges that organisations have in bridging the innovation gap. It's based on our work with large government organisations and Fortune 500 companies who struggle to bridge the innovation gap. So we outline in the book what the innovation gap is and why it's a problem. And then the second half of the book, we provide an overview of how to bridge the innovation gap in a systemic way.
So I show it to our viewers. I'll show it again, your published book. So you send it to me, and I had the chance to go over it a little bit, but I'm still working on it. So
Right.
it is, yeah, it's a very informative book. So our audience, where they can get the book, is it from Amazon or any other place that they can get?
No, they can get it from Amazon,
Mhm.
and it's available on Amazon in digital form or hard copy or paperback. Uh, and I think you'll find it's a pretty easy read. It's written in simple terms for people to understand what the complexities are around bridging the innovation gap, but in a practical way with practical examples.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, this is this is great, and we welcome published authors in the American Business Podcast. I'm a published author myself. I understand how much hard work goes into publishing a book. I always appreciate it, and I'm glad that we have a chance to talk about your published book in the American Business Podcast and share some insights with our audience. That's a great opportunity.
you're welcome. It's
Sounds good. Well, okay. So let's talk about your career journey a little bit. How did you get started? How your career journey has unfolded over the years?
Okay. So my career journey is, I guess, a fairly interesting one. But I can either talk about how we started Early Birds first and get back into my
Sure.
previous career. But the reason we started Early Birds was I was working for a startup company in Australia. I'd come back from working in Europe for 9 years. And that company had invested $12 million in a product that was proven and had a significant place in helping large companies. Chris was working for a multinational systems integrator on a huge project. It was a $56 million project, actually, where they could have used this. Well, they're going to use this particular product. Anyway, long story short is that they didn't use the product. They decided to build it from scratch, which is a symptom that we see uh, quite often where companies will want to build something from scratch and not take a new product from an innovative company. As a result of that, we decided that we should do something about this, is that the customer was not getting the right solutions. The innovative company is missing out on revenue. The intellectual property that's involved gets dissipated, and there's really no winners. And that's the reason why we started Early Birds, is to bridge that gap between innovators and early adopters. And as a result of that, 6 years later, we've got Early Birds and a host of experience that comes out in our book.
How is your day-to-day work experience? What are the exciting and challenging parts of your work on daily basis?
My work covers most facets of our business, from educating organisations about how to implement innovation programs and better ways to address the complexities of bringing innovation into an organisation, from strategy enablement, which we talk about in the book, through to tactical problem solving. So the exciting part of my work is we have a unique opportunity to work with a wide range of organisations, be it government organisations, Fortune 500 companies, on very complex and diverse topics and novel solutions. So it's pretty exciting, actually. And we have young folks who work for us who bring incredible experience and ideas to the table.
What is your vision for the company's future?
The vision for the company's future is for us to be successful. Obviously, we're still a startup company and traversing the valley of death, as they say, and for our company to be successful. But we're here also to help companies uh, bridge the innovation gap and for them to be successful. and we write about this in the book, is that it's quite a journey for some companies, and understanding how to do that is what sort of motivates us to push forward with the company. Of course, we're also keen, and we do employ younger folks who need an opportunity to work in this diverse sector around innovation and using contemporary tools like artificial intelligence and so on.
Well, we'll talk about AI soon. It's coming up. So,
Yeah.
what are the biggest challenges facing the organization from your point of view?
What we see as some of the biggest challenges, particularly in the context of where we work for organisations, is having a highly distributed approach to innovation. It's not connected in any way, or bringing in innovative technologies. And again, we write about this in the book. So there's a lot of challenges that government and Fortune 500 companies have, is that this is not solidly linked to their organisational strategies, goals and objectives. Or conversely, their tactical problem solving for challenges at the coalface distributed and across different areas, and there's no common way to bring it together, or they take a long time to solve particular problems. So that's our vision, is to help companies bridge this gap rapidly.
Well, you just talk about artificial intelligence. Well, let's talk about it. How do you see the impact of AI nowadays? How do you see the impact of AI on business, especially based on your expertise and observation?
Yeah, significantly is the word that I would use. Is that my simplistic view is that for AI, you've got to understand. You don't have to understand all the technicalities of the language models and all those sorts of things, but you have to understand how it can benefit your business and how to deploy it in a way that's going to provide benefits back to the business. So we've been using machine learning since day one when we started Early Birds, and we now leverage many aspects of artificial intelligence to run our platform and our business. For example, we track and monitor 6.2 million companies globally, and tens of millions of products and services. You can't do that with manual processes. So my view with AI is to understand the business challenges, understand how AI can be applied to automate those processes. So my view with Early Birds is we automate as much as possible to take the heavy lifting and hard work out of it, to provide a better product back to the customer. So go on.
Yeah, do you think AI will replace all the jobs in the future?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of jobs will be disrupted. We're already seeing that in a number of areas where these jobs are being disrupted. But I think people like ourselves, if we look like we're going to be disrupted or replaced by AI, we have to think of, well, what are the things that we're going to pivot to? This has happened across all the ages with automation in very simplistic terms. Back in the 100 years ago, we have to think of how to pivot into other work, or embrace our AI and bring it into the work that we're doing.
How to survive crisis and uncertainty in business based on your professional experience?
How to survive uncertainty and crisis. Okay. Well, I think surviving uncertainty is about looking into what's causing that uncertainty. and unpacking it in a way that you know what the component parts of that uncertainty are, and then working out how to mitigate and work forward with that particular crisis. You have to have a cool head, and as I said, systematically decompose what's causing the crisis, and then work through the issues as to how you're going to right that or find a path for a way forward. In my previous career, I dealt with many crises and had to work out how to manage those and work forward with a way forward to resolve them.
Nowadays, what are the best marketing practices for the highest ROI?
We've tried and used many different market practices to improve our return on investment. That could be digital capabilities that are out there. I was once told, because I come from a government background and moved into the private sector, and sales, etc., was a whole new thing for me. And I was told one thing many years ago that still sticks in my mind, that sales is a contact sport, and you have to be out there playing the game. And that's fairly true to one respect, is that you do need to be out there in contact with customers or prospects. So one thing that we do is that we target particular events and conferences that we see value at being at, to improve our networking, and to have an opportunity to engage with people who you would probably never get to talk to, even with cold calling and other types of sales processes. So we mixed our approach to sales and ROI for our investment in business development.
Yes, it's all about testing when it comes to marketing. No one has one answer, but you need to try different methods, different channels.
Absolutely, including digital ones, and some of the digital ones are great. We've had some pretty good results with those, particularly when you've got something new like we have, and you're trying different methods for sales and marketing. We have a capability that we talk about in our book, but it's also on our platform, called the Innovation Navigator. And this is for companies who, even mature companies, who want to improve or understand a commercialization path. So we provide a very detailed, sometimes 60, 80-page report around the health of that of the company that uses our program, their products and services, who their competitors are globally, who the likely investors are in that particular area, and we also assess the maturity of their products and services against other similar services out there. But one key thing that we focus on with Innovation Navigator is we identify, because we've got the data, we're evidence-based, as we identify the personas within an organisation that have particular problems relevant to the products and services that the company's trying to sell. So you can read more about that in our book.
Of course. Well, let's talk about leadership a little bit. How would you define leadership, and what are the great leadership qualities a good leader must have?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, because my postgraduate studies is in qualifications is in executive leadership, and for quite a number of years I run a leadership development program for senior leaders. And of course, during that time and that opportunity to study leadership, there's numerous books that I've read, not only in leadership, but I got into organisational design and theory because I wanted to understand how organisations operated in terms of leadership and leadership style. So to me, as you know, there's a million definitions of leadership out there. No one can agree on what's the correct one. But to me, leadership is about discovering what type of leader you are or aspire to be. For example, I'm not an autocratic leader. I wouldn't want to work at an organisation with an autocratic leader. I have. I've voted with my feet and move on. But I guess some of the qualities of a leader is about being a good listener, to be consultative and consider others. But at the same time, you have to stay on top of things and not get dragged into the weeds, because someone, if you're a leader, needs to define where you're going and how you're going to achieve your objectives. Because if you don't have a strategic outlook of the things that you're working on and you get dragged into all the tactical issues, the team will suffer because the team needs a strong leader who understands and is able to help them achieve the strategic objectives.
Have you had any role models, any mentors who help you shape your career journey over the years?
Absolutely. I've had many. I think it's important to identify a role model or a mentor to help you or to discuss issues with, or spitball things with, talk about issues, etc. So I think it's quite important to find a role model or mentor who you trust. So you must trust them first to give you advice. And whether you take that advice or not, it doesn't really matter. At least you've spoken to someone about it. And I think as you get older and mature as a leader, this reverses where others see you as a role model or as a mentor. So if you're a leader, you don't forget to make time to help others to develop their careers. I think that's also equally as important.
Sometimes in business, things they don't go in our way. How to stay motivated and inspired in times of challenges in business?
Yeah, this is a really great question because in startup world, or even as you say in business generally, sometimes it can be very difficult to stay motivated. And I think one of the best things you can do is just keep doing it. Don't give up. If you've got great passion and you believe in what you're doing, keep doing it. As I said earlier in our opening remarks, that last year was a pretty tough year for us with changes of government and changes in policy, etc. Doesn't mean you give up. You just got to keep doing it. If you believe in what you do, you've got a good product or a good solution, keep doing it, keep pushing it, keep the sales going, keep moving, and till you get a breakthrough.
Yes, I work with startups very often um, because of my professional background with technology and business software. Also, I've been interviewing more than 100 business owners and leaders. So,
Yeah.
being a leadership in a startup can be a pretty lonely journey sometimes. So, it really requires laser focus um,
Uh,
approach.
Absolutely, absolutely, and what, and we talk about this in the book a bit, is that if you've got something that's new, as I said, if you look at the diffusion of technology theory, your early adopter cohort's about 13% of any organisation or a community or whatever. So you've got to find those early adopters to start with. And quite often with something that's new, particularly what we're doing, it's a completely different approach, is that you're educating people as well. You got to find people who are good listeners that will listen to you. Then you've got to educate them about what you're doing and the value of what you're doing. And that's when breakthroughs can happen. You'll get early adopters like we've had, and it can be quite successful.
What are your biggest interests outside of work?
It's a very interesting question. I've got some weird interests outside of work. Is that you wouldn't believe this, but my wife and I decided we'd build a house, but we decided we'd do it ourselves. So
Amazing.
in our spare time, we're building a house, and it's taken some years. We're about 80% complete. Building a
Amazing.
house is like running a startup. You're going to do it yourself. You've got to do everything. You
Yes.
have to be hands-on. It can be very mentally challenging, solving all sorts of problems, and it can be very physical if you're hands-on with the physical work in building a house. So that's occupied a fair bit of our time, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of heartache at times, but been a lot of fun. But apart from that, I have a pretty avid passion in music
Great.
as well.
Yes, absolutely. Well, if you had a chance to go back history, personally or historically, to what time period would you like to go back and why?
Yeah, I've got some very interesting time periods I'd probably love to go back to and relive just for the memories. But I thought about that, and I think, well, yeah, going back could be great, but my greater passion is I've got grandkids. I really want to know what they're going to experience, because my grandkids, their baseline devices and AI and all the things that we're all seeing and enjoying now. And if I could go forward 20 years, it'd be interesting to know what they're going to experience, what inventions, what things are going to enhance their life, etc. So recently I was looking at things around manufacturing and microgravity environments. Unbelievable what the results of that could be, and they'll probably see some of those things in that time frame. So it'd be good to, I think, I'd rather go forward, I'm sorry, and understand what the future is going to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's also a great answer in terms of looking into the future and seeing what is in store. Okay, well, is there a book, a movie, a show that help you shape your career perspective over the years?
No, not really. I've read widely, as I said earlier, on leadership and organisational theory, and no one particular book. I think my advice would be to read widely on those particular topics to get a good baseline, and there'll be some books that I guess that I have kept in my library on those particular topics that I sometimes go back to.
What is the best business career advice that you ever received? What is the worst one you ever received?
Okay.
Which one you want to go first? Worst one or the best one?
The best career advice is
Okay.
that I've had is this is really interesting. I've been told, don't take that job, stay here, we'll look after you, and I will go the opposite. My view is that you have to try many different things in your career. And don't be afraid to pivot or try something different. Um, uh, And I think the most flattering advice to receive is a phone call from someone you look up to offering you a job or a role that could come out of nowhere, and that's happened to me on a couple of occasions. So the worst career advice I've had is to stay in a job or being talked into a role that I wasn't really comfortable with. Or being put in a role that's doomed, or it's full of politics. So I think the best career advice is to go with your own feelings, try different things, get out of your comfort zone.
What is your career advice for the next generation professionals?
Be prepared to pivot. You may train in a particular discipline and obtain qualifications in a particular discipline. Be prepared to pivot. I've worked with people who have geology degrees who work in technology, who are great technologists. And be prepared to try different things. If your role's going to be disrupted by AI, proactively look for something else and move on. That's my advice, is that to be successful, you have to be proactive and work on your own career. Get out there and put yourself out there. Try new things. Go and work in another country for a few years and try different things. That would be my advice.
In this episode, this is our 130th episode in the American Business Podcast. Is there any question that you had expected me to ask you, but I didn't ask you?
I think we've covered it quite well. I think one thing we did talk about is what motivates me, and I'm motivated to help the younger generation. And I've mentioned this a couple of times. We have younger people working with us in our organisation, and to help them forge their career, particularly ones that have studied information sciences and particularly the new and emerging technologies around AI and large language models and all those sorts of things. We are really keen to help those young ones who are studying in those unique areas, to give them a job, a real job, to apply those skills and capabilities. So that's one thing that really motivates me.
Well, we have a little tradition in the American Business Podcast. So I have a question coming from our previous guest for you to address. And after that, I'll ask you to leave a question with me in this episode, and I'll ask that question to our coming guest. And it's going to be tomorrow, so our audience, they don't have to wait too long. Okay, here is the question from our previous guest for you. Who is your favorite artist in music industry, and have you listened to any music generated by AI nowadays?
Okay, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's a fun question.
Because I do like my music. So I'm a huge John Lee Hooker fan. So you can see I have a blues bent in my music taste. I've listened to AI created music, and somebody thinking, oh, it's not too bad, it could fool you. But it's a bit of a dilemma because I see with Spotify having some issues at the moment around AI generated music. I think it needs to be clearly labelled that it is AI generated music, so that we as consumers of music know, is this from a real artist or is this from an AI artist? I think we have the right to know that.
Okay, what question you would like to leave here with me for me to ask to our following guest?
Yeah, fairly simple one, given what we do at Early Birds, is that I want to ask them is how are they or how are you addressing the innovation gap in your company?
Okay, that's a great question. We'll make sure to ask tomorrow
Okay,
in the American Business Podcast. All right. Well, is there any question that you would like to ask me in the American Business Podcast?
It's interesting. What areas are you looking at exploring in the American Business Podcast going into 2026?
Yes, that's a great question. So, and I'm glad you asked. So, at the end of last year, we started one thing: international expansion. That is why we created international episodes of the American Business Podcast. Now we have ABP Espanol in Spanish, ABP German, ABP French, ABP Hindi, ABP Portuguese, and ABP Turkish. So
Wow.
now our audience, our viewers can start listening, watching actually our episodes in different languages. So we started in December last year, and our goal is to increase the episodes, translated episodes in different languages. So we're gonna push our international expansion. In addition, we are starting a couple of different segments. Some of them coming from our podcasting as a service offering that we are as a service helping companies starting their business podcast within the American Business Podcast Network, so they can have instant visibility. So we have a couple of new segments coming up, mostly in technology and business development, which we are announcing soon. And we are also bringing some additional segments in the American Business Podcast, focusing on AI and AI-powered software systems. So we are getting ready to invite AI companies, AI technology companies, for them to talk about their technologies, what they are doing with AI, features, benefits, and a little bit of demonstration for our audience and viewers to see and understand. So a lot is going on, right? So we started the American Business Podcast now 11 months ago, and with this hyper growth and with the help and support from our audience and from business leaders like yourself, we have a lot to do. So this is really exciting. 2026 will be much better than 2025 for the American Business Podcast. So we are very excited and motivated.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best in your endeavours, and what you're doing is very important. As I've said a number of times, I think during our conversation, is that we're educating people. We need to educate people all the time and share experiences, because with developing technologies and the innovation that's out there and the innovation gap that we write about, it's extremely important to educate people.
Yes, that's a great opportunity, and thank you for your support.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, before we leave, for those who like to continue this conversation with you, what is the best way that they can learn about early birds as well as in a way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find us on our Early Birds website. It's earlybirds.io is our website. You can contact me through the website, or my email address is jeff.penrose, PENROSE, @earlybirds.io. Happy to take any emails or questions and share experiences and ideas.
Jeff, thank you so much for being with us all the way from Australia. That is, you're our first guest. Yes, you're our first guest from Australia. So I'm honored to have you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your professional wisdom and professional insights with us.
You're most welcome, and thank you again for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, we'll be right break, and please stay with us. Thank you very much. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Reddit. Do you know the biggest challenge nowadays for American small businesses? That is visibility. That's why we partner with Reddit, Reddit for Business. Reddit has more than 400 million weekly visitors. Furthermore, Reddit is reliable. Reddit is the #1 source for real reviews on products, services, and brands. There is a promotion going on. When you spend $500, you'll get $500 in ad credit from Reddit. True story. I am a Reddit user. Anytime I need feedback or review for a product or service, I go to Reddit. I get the real answers, real feedback from real people, from Reddit communities. Scan this QR code and sign up for Reddit advertising for your business. Get the visibility for your company, your products and services. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Would you like to start your business podcast? We are here to help. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I am the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. When we started the American Business Podcast on February 28, 2025, we had only one mission in mind: to promote, support, and uplift American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the American business community. Within our first 6 months, we managed to pass 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and we received YouTube Silver Award. This is an important award. It shows our dedication to American business and to the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and American Business Podcast community. Now you can have your own branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast Network. You can promote your company, your products, your services, and you'll have instant visibility in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and followers. You can promote your company, your products and services. You can educate and inspire businesses and individuals. More importantly, you can tell your story, your brand story. How did you get started? What makes you different? And how you are helping your customers and communities. As you know, in the American Business Podcast, I've been talking to more than 100 American businesses. Each business has a story that is inspiring and motivational. I know your business also has a great story which is motivational and inspiring. It is time for you to have your business podcast within the American Business Podcast Network. We help you start your business podcast and we help you grow your business. This is a great opportunity for you to be visible in the marketplace in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. And this is a great opportunity for us to fulfill our mission to promote, support, and uplift American businesses. Please send us an email and let's get the conversation started. It is PaaS@americanpodcast.tv. Business podcasting as a service. Powered by the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast is America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I'm the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, working with you, and help you grow your business with your new business podcast. Thank you very much. Support for the show comes from Yelp. You know, I've been talking to more than 100 business owners in the American Business Podcast. Do you know the biggest problem for small businesses nowadays? It is visibility. That is why you should sign up and list your business on Yelp for Business. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, the form will show up on your screen and you can sign up on the registration form. It comes with free trial with no obligation. Make it easy for your customers to find you. Do you know there are more than 70 million customers visiting Yelp website looking for services from businesses just like yours? Restaurants, home services, professional services, and many other businesses are being searched on Yelp on daily basis. That's a great opportunity. If you list your business on Yelp, you'll be findable, searchable, and you'll be visible. When you are visible, when your customers are able to find you, you're in business. You can get opportunities, you can get leads, you can build a healthy and profitable pipeline. Consider Yelp for Business. Scan the QR code, sign up, and start your free trial. It comes with free trial. Very comfortable, no obligation. List your business and start getting the results and enjoy the benefits of Yelp Business. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Anywhere Apps by Kirk Consulting, now Cherry Baker. It is time to digitize and automate your business processes. Anywhere Apps designed for small and mid-sized companies as well as enterprise-level companies to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Today, I'd like to talk about one of the Anywhere apps that's very popular in the US. It is called Nonprofit Management Anywhere. If you are a nonprofit and you like to manage your donations, volunteers, fundraising events, your grants, and other documents for compliance and operational purposes, consider Nonprofit Management Anywhere. It is a completely cloud service. You can start using it today with no need for local installation on your server or on your local laptop and computers. It is user-friendly and it's easy to deploy, and you can start using it today. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and you can learn more about Anywhere apps, including Nonprofit Management Anywhere. Well, there is more. If you'd like to talk to me directly about Anywhere apps, you can just send me an email directly, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Anywhere apps are modern, they are easy to use, they are affordable, practical, and more importantly, that's designed for you to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Scan the QR code or just send me a direct email, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Opus Virtual Offices. Opus is offering you more than 600 different locations in the US. It is $99 a month. This includes prestigious business address, professional live call answering, personalized call transferring, business phone number, local phone number, professional mail services, voicemail converted to email. I have the QR code on the screen. You can sign up for Opus today. Opus is offering you hundreds of locations in the US that you can pick, any of them that you like, and you can start having your virtual office today. Please scan the QR code and start using Opus Virtual Offices today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Just Answer. Real help from real experts 24/7. Experts such as lawyers, doctors, veterinarians, computer technicians, home improvement experts, mechanics, personal tax experts, computer technicians, and many other experts are available for you 24/7 on Just Answer. You'll get your answers anytime, during the day, during the night, 24/7, and you'll get your answers from reliable sources. You can scan the QR code on the screen and you can sign up for Just Answer. The answers you need at a price that is right. Scan the QR code and sign up for Just Answer today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Brother. From large companies to small offices, Brother has powerful printers and all-in-ones for your growing business. Scan the QR code and find the best printers for your needs. When you scan the QR code, you can see the entire collection, business office equipment collection of Brother USA, and pick the one that you like. You'll find printers, labels, toners, all-in-ones, and other office equipment available on Brother website when you scan the QR code. Scan the QR code and start shopping for Brother office equipment today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Invicta Watches. Invicta Watches are known for their stylish design for men, women, as well as for unisex watches. When you scan the QR code on the screen, it'll take to their online store and you can start shopping right away. When you go to the Invicta store website, you'll see watches in different collections for men, for women, different colors, different designs, as well as different sizes. There are hundreds of watches that you can see and you can pick from. Because it's end of the year, you'll also enjoy the benefits of their end of the year promotions and discounts. True story, I'm an Invicta fan. I've been using Invicta for many years. I have more than 10 Invicta watches in my wardrobe. This is one of them that I like. The style is pretty cool. I use these pretty much weekly basis. I have another one that I use on my wrist. This one is pretty cool. This one is called Shutter. I can change the face just by turning the buttons, and I can have different style of watches pretty much every day. Because it's pretty business looking, I can actually wear this with my business outfit as well. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. I'm sure you'll like Invicta watches. They have great styles and different colors as well as different technologies such as quartz, mechanical, automatic, and other watches are also available for your liking and for your choice. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. Thank you very much for your support. It is time to sign up for the online monthly networking event, networking and podcasting together. It is called Connection America Business Alliance, partnered and powered by the American Business Podcast. During this unique business networking event, you'll be able to meet with other business professionals. At the same time, you will be in the American Business Podcast in front of thousands of business-minded YouTube subscribers, viewers, and listeners of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Connection America online monthly networking events are interactive. You'll be able to meet with other seasoned business professionals, and at the same time, you'll be able to interact with viewers and audience. That's a unique event. It is because it's podcasting plus networking. If you are in business, you should be networking. And if you're not networking, you are losing business every single day. That is why we created online monthly networking event called Connection America Business Alliance, CABA in short. Scan this QR code and sign up today. When you scan the QR code, you'll see the list of coming monthly online networking events. Pick the one that works for you and sign up. We have limited seating, and today is the great day to sign up for online business networking event. Networking plus podcasting. That is a unique online business networking opportunity. You can introduce yourself, your products and services, and you'll be able to network with other business professionals live on the American Business Podcast. Scan the QR code and sign up today. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with me in the American Business Podcast. I hope you enjoy today's episode and you find it to be informative. As you know, every month we organize online business networking event. We call it Podcasting Plus Networking. And these months networking event is coming up on January 30th. We have limited seating. If you haven't done so, please register. You can scan this QR code and it'll take you to our registration page and sign up. That's a very unique networking opportunity. You can network with other business professionals, and at the same time, you'll be on the American Business Podcast. So you'll expand your professional network, your ecosystem, and at the same time, you'll be in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. That's a great opportunity, and I hope you can make it. As you know, first time as an American Business Podcast channel, we started international episodes. Now the American Business Podcast is available in 6 different international podcast editions. ABP Espanol, ABP German, ABP French, ABP Hindi, ABP Portuguese, and ABP Turk. We started last month, and we are getting ready to expand our international podcast editions. Any of them that you are interested, please go to our YouTube channel. And when you go to our YouTube channel, you can go to the podcast section. And in the podcast section, you can find the list of these international podcast editions. They are very easy to find under the podcast section in our YouTube channel. And I have the QR code to our YouTube channel right here. So you can also subscribe if you haven't done so. Like and put your comments. We'll truly appreciate your support. And within our YouTube channel, when you go to the podcast section, you can find ABP Espanol, German, French, Hindi, Portuguese, and Turkish versions, as you'll see the large logos for each international episode. And if you like to start your business podcast within the American Business Podcast, please send us an email, paas@americanpodcast.tv. Business podcasting is a service powered by the American Business Podcast. You may already have a business podcast that you like to increase viewership and you like to increase your reach and universe. We can help you with that. If you are planning to start your business podcast first time, we can help you with that as well. So the unique offering that we have from the American Business Podcast is we'll help you create content, education, informative business content, and you'll be in front of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. Instant visibility. That is the unique offering. So please consider, and if you're interested, you can send us an email. That's available for a limited number of slots for the podcast as a service, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. If you'd like to be a guest in the American Business Podcast, please send us an email. guestbooking@americanpodcast.tv. If you like to sponsor the American Business Podcast episodes, if you like to advertise your products, your company, your brands, your services, we are more than welcome to start this conversation. You can send us an email, growyourbusiness@americanpodcast.tv. I also like to invite you to our website, americanpodcast.tv, for you to learn about the latest about the American Business Podcast. We also publish our coming episodes. You can also see who will be our guest and what type of subjects we will be discussing and talking about. Well, great. What else is happening? As you know, we are trying to expand our presence in different social media channels. One of them is LinkedIn. If you're in LinkedIn, please scan this QR code, go to our LinkedIn page, the American Business Podcast, and follow us, subscribe. We will appreciate it. We are trying to expand our presence in TikTok. If you are using TikTok on daily basis, please scan this QR code, go to our TikTok channel, and subscribe. Be a follower. We'll truly appreciate it. If you are in Instagram, please scan this QR code, go to our Instagram channel. It's getting busier and busier. We are putting more and more content to all of our social media channels, including Instagram. You can scan this QR code, go to our Instagram page, and you can subscribe. And Facebook. We are also working hard to expand our presence in the American Business Podcast on Facebook. You can scan this QR code, go to our Facebook channel, and subscribe. We'll truly appreciate your support. And our flagship channel, social media channel, video channel is YouTube. When you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe, like, share, and if you are feeling more generous, you can also leave your comment and you can support our channel with your feedback and with your insights. I'd like to thank you for your help, for your support, and for your interest. We truly appreciate it. We are the American Business Podcast. We are a business community, and we are here to create, generate educational, informative business content. In addition, the American Business Podcast promotes, supports, and uplifts American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the American business communities. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the coming The American Business Podcast episode. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. Thank you very much and have a great day.